Hey, I'm John Cannell, and today on Preppy Kitchen, we're making an amazing strawberry lemonade cake. So let's get started. First off, set that oven to 350. Now in a large bowl, I'm adding 3 cups or 360 grams of all-purpose flour. I want half a teaspoon of baking soda. There is some lemon juice in the cake, and that acid will react with the baking soda to give us a fluffy, amazing cake. I also want 2 teaspoons of baking powder. And for some balance, I'm adding half a teaspoon of salt. In you go. If you're using a fine grain salt, use a little bit less because it's more salt in a teaspoon. Our scale is done. We're gonna give this a quick whisk, and then it's on to the butter and sugar. Okay. Right now you can grab your stand mixer or a big bowl and a hand mixer, both will work. Now I'm adding 1 cup or 226 grams of room temperature butter. And just so you know, room temperature means that I can press with a little bit of pressure and the butter will yield. It'll bend and not break. So if your butter's a bit cold, half power the microwave, 10-second bursts. Get all that butter off. We're gonna cream this up, just mix on medium for about 30 seconds. Then we'll add in the sugar and the lemon zest. This lemon is naked, I've already zested it. This one is nice and ready. The lemon zest has so much beautiful, delicious flavor, and it's really gonna add a lot to the cake. Once that butter's nice and creamy, we're gonna add 2 cups or 400 grams of granulated sugar. You've probably noticed from the sizes that we're using, but this is a big, beautiful cake, perfect for celebrations, and it's gonna look so pretty. I can't wait to show you the decoration part. Started mixing the sugar in, almost forgot the lemon zest. I want 1 full lemon zested. If you don't have a microplane or a nice rasp, you need to buy one. They are so handy. I use them all the time to get the zest off of lemons and oranges. I grate my nutmeg, and also it's perfect for beautiful clouds of cheese on top of pasta. 1 lemon down, and 1 to go. I want 2 tablespoons, or about the zest of 2 lemons, for maximum lemony flavor. So in this cake, I haven't even told you yet, the cake itself is an amazing lemon cake, but sandwiched between each layers is a beautiful jammy strawberry reduction, and then it's coated inside and out with an amazing but really easy strawberry buttercream too. It's gonna be so good, and it's like the perfect spring summer celebration cake. Highly recommend this one. Tap that in. Now, we're gonna mix this on medium to medium high for about 5 minutes until it is light and fluffy. I'll probably scrape the bowl down once. While that's mixing, I'm gonna juice probably 2 to 3 lemons to get a nice 1/4 cup of lemon juice. Okay. Those are really juicy lemons. So now I'm gonna scrape the bowl down and continue mixing. If you're using a paddle attachment, a lot of the times it can compact some of the sugar on the bottom while fluffing the top up. So you just want to scrape it down to give it a restart so it's all fluffy. I'm also going to crack 4 large room temperature eggs into a bowl. I'm on shell patrol, no shells for this cake. It's not crunchy. Almost forgot, I need to crack open a new vintage of my homemade vanilla. It smells really good. Now we're gonna add 2 teaspoons of vanilla right into the mixture. 1 and 2. My butter sugar combination looks nice and fluffy. It also smells amazing. So now it's time to add 4 room temperature eggs in, 1 at a time. Let each egg incorporate before adding the next. It really helps you get a nice smooth batter instead of like having that cottage cheese broken texture. It makes a difference in the bake of the cake. And now, I just want to show you really quickly. It's so loose on top, but underneath it's very like compacted and hard. So we're gonna scrape the bowl down, and this way we'll get a beautiful texture. The word of the day is homogeneous. We want everything to be silky smooth throughout. Now we're gonna add our last egg in. I have to show you, we have a beautiful, fluffy, like cloud-like mixture, and we're ready for the next step. Now we want to measure out 1 cup of room temperature whole milk. That's 240 mils. And if you're wondering why things are room temperature when you make a cake, that's good. It's because if you put ice cold things into the oven, the outside will bake up first. The inside, which is so cold, will take a long time to be done. And by the time it's all ready throughout, the outside's gonna be burnt. We wanna give this cake a nice head start by using room temperature ingredients so it bakes more evenly. They also mix together better as well. Now for the fun stuff. I'm gonna add in about 1/3 of my flour mixture, and we're gonna alternate batches of flour and the milk, and the lemon juice goes in at the end. Okay. Mixing on low. You don't wanna overmix your cake batter. As soon as it's almost there, half of the milk, another 1/3 of the flour, the rest of the milk, and the remaining flour. It is not mixed yet, but I just want to give this a little scrape. The baking powder is really happy. It's starting to react with the wet ingredients, but the baking soda says, where is my acid? It's in the lemon juice. With the addition of this, you'll start seeing a foamy, crazy reaction, and your cake is going to be so fluffy and great. It smells like lemonade already. It's time for this batter to go into the pans after you give it one last mix by hand. I always just want to explore the bottom and see what's going on in here. Make sure there's no like hidden clump of anything. Okay, I will say you do want to work kind of quickly at this point, which is why I'm taking a break to stop and talk to you, of course. And I'm going to line 3 8-inch cake pans that I buttered with parchment paper. If you take a look in your pan, you'll see it looks foamy and amazing. Don't let that go to waste. Get this into your cake pans right now, and you want to kind of preserve as many of the bubbles as you can. I'm using a scale just to see if these are evenly distributed. Smooth the batter out with a spatula. You want this to have a nice even layer, not one with a giant mound anywhere. It'll level out in the oven a bit, but not as much as you want. Our cake layers are ready to go into the oven, 350 for 30 to 35 minutes, or until the centers are springy, and you'll also see the edge pulling away. While they bake, we're gonna make our amazing strawberry reduction. Our cake layers are in the oven, so it's time to make that strawberry reduction I talked about. This is gonna be so full of strawberry flavor and have the most amazing jammy consistency. I'm gonna hull my strawberries, toss them into the pan. Don't worry about quartering them or anything, because if they're not breaking down fast enough, just mash them up with the back of a fork. It's definitely a time saver. Once your strawberries are all hulled, toss them into your pan and grab half a cup of granulated sugar as well as some lemon juice. It'll sweeten things up, and you're basically making like a homemade strawberry reduction, which is jam. If you're really in a rush, can you use some jam to make this? Yes, you can. You can fill this with jam. I would mix it with a little bit of lemon juice and just make sure there's no giant chunks of strawberries anywhere. To add some zing for this strawberry lemonade cake, I'm adding the juice of 1 lemon. It's about 2 tablespoons. That's a lie. I'm adding the juice of 2 lemons. It's about 1/4 cup, sorry. I was recipe developing this for a while, and I decided I wanted more of the reduction, so I actually doubled it. But I had, though, the single original in my head. Anywho, 1/4 cup of lemon juice. It's about the juice of 2 lemons. I'm not measuring it out. Add the rest of this lemon juice. I'm popping this onto medium-high heat, and it'll cook down for 20 to 30 minutes. It really depends on your heat source. Induction, electric, gas, propane, they're all different, but you're looking for a nice jammy consistency. And yes, you're gonna wanna stir this frequently, especially at the edges, and especially after it starts to break down, because the edge can kind of get singed and too hot. No one wants burnt strawberries. La la la, nothing's happening. Is this on? True story, when this was installed, it was installed missing a piece. So if you've watched this channel, you've often seen flames jumping off of this cooktop. We could really show you some dramatic footage and B-roll if we wanted to, but this finally got fixed. So now it's like a beautiful, delicate little flame, as it should have been, but I'm used to this giant whoosh. If you know, you know. All right. Started to come to a simmer. I'm just using a potato ricer. You can use anything you want, just to mash them up and give them a head start. Break down faster. I just didn't feel like chopping the strawberries today. If you wanted to and it sparks joy, go ahead. These strawberries look really nice. If you have like the sadder grocery store off-season strawberries, you may want to add just a drop of food coloring to amp it up, because those can go kind of gray. These will be naturally beautiful reddish pink. This is bubbling away, and I just wanted to tell you that if I was making this at home and I wasn't distracted, I would be multitasking, making the buttercream, or at least starting the buttercream and the reduction at the same time. No, not when kids are around, and my kids are home today, and also not for you, because I want to show you each step individually. But for this, because it's running for a while, you could skip away and do some dishes, come back, give it a stir. You don't have to stir constantly. You're just kind of scooping the edge away and moving things around here and there. Right now, we're breaking the strawberries down with heat, but we're also evaporating a lot of water, and a reduction is just reducing something, getting rid of the water, and concentrating the flavor. This will soak into your cake a little bit, make it that much more moist, but also give you a wonderful hit of strawberry in between each layer, and just like it's a total delicious flavor punch. We're also going to be using this reduction in the buttercream. So one of the last steps is to add this in, and it's going to give you that amazing natural strawberry flavor. All right, just a few minutes later, this is a nice jammy consistency. You can use your spatula and it'll leave a streak that takes a while to come back together. You can take this off heat, and if you want it to cool down even faster, just pop it into a glass bowl or a pie dish, spread it out for a lot of surface area, and leave it in the fridge. And because I'm on propane, this actually only took 15 minutes. So that's a nice consistency right into my pie dish. You really want it to cool down significantly, all the way to room temperature before you use it. There we go. While this cools down, we're gonna start our amazing strawberry buttercream. This big cake needs a lot of delicious frosting, so we're gonna add 454 grams or 2 cups of room temperature unsalted butter into our stand mixer fitted with the whisk attachment. You could make this with a hand mixer, but you'll need a big bowl. Now for the fun part, we're gonna beat this on high for 5 minutes. Remember the color of the butter, it'll be totally different when we're done. While it mixes, go ahead and get 2 tablespoons of lemon juice ready. That comes in towards the end. Okay. Feel free to give that bowl a scrape. Back to mixing. When you fluff the butter up like this, you're really pumping a lot of air into that and giving it a head start before the sugar goes in. It'll give you a really luscious, creamy buttercream. About 5 minutes later, what? Look at this. It is so light and fluffy. It's almost like a pure white color. Amazing. Since our butter is all fluffed up, we can start adding 8 cups of powdered sugar in. That's 900 grams. And like I said, this is a big cake. We need a lot of frosting to cover it, and we have some really fun, easy decorations at the end as well. Start mixing it on low, and you can add this in a cup at a time or in several batches. It's up to you. And if you don't love American buttercream, this is American buttercream, you can definitely make this cake with a Swiss or Italian meringue buttercream that is flavored with that strawberry reduction. So you could click up here for my Swiss meringue buttercream video and then just add in the same amount of strawberry reduction, and it'll be a delicious light cloud. It'll be less sweet and more creamy, but this is a nice balance. Once half of the powdered sugar is in, it's time to add in 1/3 of a cup or 80 mils of the strawberry reduction. This color is so naturally beautiful, and it's gonna give you a lovely shade of pink on the outside. There we go. I didn't put this through a blender to puree it, so I'll have some larger chunks of strawberry throughout. I love the way that looks, but if you don't, just blend this up and you won't see them. Add that in. Oh, it got me. Add that in. I was about to say it's a little jammy, as it should be, because it's gonna be between the layers of the cake. So you might have to use your spatula to take it out. Ooh, it was totally like, psych. Now mix this in, and once it's mixed, we'll add in the rest of the powdered sugar and some other delicious things. It looks so beautiful, but There's some unmixed nonsense in the bowl, so to give it a good scrape, then we'll add the rest of the powdered sugar in. I get so excited for strawberry season. This year, we expanded the kitchen garden, and now we have tons of strawberry plants out. They're doing really well, and I cannot wait to start using them. They're just coming into their second harvest, so we're between harvests right now. In this buttercream recipe, the lemon juice we're gonna add in is gonna give this a nice bit of balance. If you want, you could add like a pinch or two of salt in, but it's totally optional and up to your taste. The rest of the sugar is in. We're gonna mix this on low. Don't you dare explode. My sugar's incorporated, but right now this is too thick and too sweet. We need to mellow this, balance this out, and make it nice and silky. To start that off, I'm adding 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. I had an extra juicy lemon. Normally I don't measure it out, but this is way more. I'm also adding in 2 to 3 tablespoons of cream. This will help give my buttercream a beautiful silky consistency. And you can add this in kind of to your personal taste. Do you want it to be extra like slack or be a little bit thicker so it sets up better? In this cake, the buttercream needs to support my big cake. It's a layer cake, but you also want it to be like silky enough that it pipes really beautifully and tastes delicious. Okay. Grab a tasting spoon. It's so good. It's like strawberry, lemon, amazing. Scrape the bowl down. There will be chunks of butter, less delicious. And also after you taste it, feel free to add in a little bit more lemon juice, strawberry reduction, salt. It's up to you. One of the lessons I would do in my middle school science class when I was a teacher is with tasting strips, and these little strips with chemicals on them. Everyone gets to taste one and you write down what you taste. And the funny thing is that just genetically, people taste things differently. So one person tastes sweet, one person tastes bitter, one person doesn't taste anything at all, and that's why all of us have different tastes in food. This, however, tastes perfect to me, so I'm gonna grab a cake stand, my cooled cake layers, and get to assembling. My cake layers baked up nice and flat. They're cool to the touch. When you want to take them out of the pan, in case you don't know, just run a knife or a little spatula around the edge, and then give them a little tap on the side. There we go. That dislodges them. Yay. Lift the paper off and repeat. My first cake layer is ready to go on. Be gentle with it, it's very delicate. I'm so excited for this decoration portion. Right now, you're gonna wanna grab a piping bag and a decorative piping tip. This is a 4B. You could use any star tip you love though. Cut a hole in the piping bag. All right. You probably want maybe 2 cups of frosting in this piping bag. I'm gonna use it for the assembly and the decoration. Onto your first layer, we're gonna add about half a cup of frosting. Plop it on, and now we're gonna spread it out into a nice even layer. Strawberry and lemon together are magic. And what I wanna do is create a nice flat layer upon which I can have a lake of that strawberry reduction. There we go. To hold it in, you need a border, so let's use a piping bag and pipe that up. Using this because it's easier. I want about 3 tablespoons of my reduction right here. If you add too much, it'll squish out and be messy, so really about 3 tablespoons. Says I, who added 4 tablespoons just now. It's our secret. Spread that into a nice even layer. This looks so amazing when you cut into it. It's gonna be really cool. You probably saw that in the intro to the video though, because it's a beauty shot. Don't worry if it's not all the way out to the edge, it'll kind of squish out and meet the border. Okay, right on top. If you're doing this on a super hot day and this is kind of falling apart, it's happened to everybody, don't worry. Just pop this into the fridge to set up and then continue the process. Totally normal. Another half cup, smooth it out. This is also the time where you check to see if things are askew. That's not cool. You want it to be all nice and even. So give it a turn. And as you can see, I'm using my turntable today. It's what I love for cakes. Makes everything so much easier. More of a border. There we go. I was a little bit conservative with my frosting on that first layer, so you want a thicker border. That's the best. Another 3 tablespoons. Ooh, smooth it out. Look already. This is so good. If there's a cake with a flavor combo you haven't seen on the channel yet, let me know. I am all ears. Strawberry matcha, anybody? Strawberry matcha cheesecake, perhaps? All right, last layer goes on top. I'm gonna smooth some of this frosting out that I add on top, but then I'm gonna add it directly onto the sides. It's the easiest way to go. I'll refill my piping bag because this is all my decorative piping I was supposed to be doing on top. Grabbing my favorite tool, a bench scraper. Now, I'm gonna start just my complete coverage of this cake. Don't actually worry about the top because we're gonna cover it completely. Just make sure it's pretty level. Using that same offset spatula just to get the sides started. This cake is fairly tender, so you wanna be gentle on the side. Now I'm using my bench scraper just to clean the side up. It also helps you keep things nice and even. So it's standing straight, not leaning. And look how much work this turntable is doing. Alrighty. And pull that edge in so that we can have a nice base to work on for our decorations. One tip that I think is really important, if you let buttercream sit out for any length of time, it'll get kind of bubbly and lose that silky texture, even with American buttercream. So give it a quick whip, and you can also just kind of work it up the sides, and it'll press those bubbles out. You'll end up with a much more finished, beautiful look. Still tastes the same. Piping bag is refilled. I'm gonna do a really pretty rope border. Just make those circles, and it looks so cute. Tuck this little bit in where everything met. And now at the edge, I'm doing an optional, just little skirt too. These are just little puffs that I'm piping on. A piped puff, if you will. Optional, but I think it looks cute. Just little tiny ones. This is pretty, but it'll be even more beautiful crowned with strawberries. So I hulled and sliced and quartered a few. It's really up to you. You can have a few scattered around the edge, or you can completely cover the top like I'm gonna do. There's no rhyme or reason, and anything you do, honestly, is gonna look great. This is a big cake, so you might have some stability issues. If anything is looking wobbly, just go ahead and pop it into the fridge for half an hour. The frosting will set up a bit, and it'll be really easy to slice into and transport. If you're making this cake in advance, just go ahead and add the strawberries at the very end because they will dry out in the fridge. Little strawberries cradled in buttercream. What could be better? Look at this beauty. It's a celebration of summer, so beautiful and delicious. Time for a bite. That cake is an explosion of strawberry lemon deliciousness, and the cake itself melts in your mouth. It is so soft and fluffy. I hope you get a chance to make this recipe, and if you like this video, check out my summer cake playlist.